This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to solve a single column cash book. So let's get started. Chalo, shuru kara jak. Now let's go through the problem. Here is the problem, single column cash book. Enter the following transactions in the books of a single column cash book. Here is the column of date, here is the column of transactions, and here is the column of amount. So let's go through the first transaction. 2022 on 1st April, cash in hand is 3000. So there will be no journal entry for the first transaction, and so there will be no narration as well, because the opening balance of cash is given in the problem 3000. Okay, so let's write. I have already told you single column cash book does not record checks received or checks paid. Okay, single column cash book only records cash transactions because there is only a single column, that is a cash column. Okay, so single column cash books only records cash transactions. Cash receipts are recorded on the debit side and cash payments are recorded on the credit side. Single column cash book does not record any banking transactions because there is no bank column. There is only one column, that is for cash transactions. So let's record the first transaction. To balance BD. Opening balance always appears on the debit side in the cash book. Okay, how much? 3000. Okay, so on 1st April, to balance BD 3000. Okay, let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 6th April, purchase goods for cash 10,000. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be purchases account debit to cash account. Okay, goods will be ignored. Instead of goods, we'll write purchases account because goods are purchased for resale. So the journal entry will be purchases account debit to cash account 10,000. So what is the position of cash account? Since cash account is on the credit side, purchases account will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write by purchases account in the cash book on the credit side 10,000. Okay, so let's write. On 6th April, by purchases account, how much? 10,000. Being goods purchased for cash. Narration is a must, otherwise marks will be deducted in the exam. Okay. So moreover, cash book is a real account. According to real account, what goes out is credit. Here, when goods are purchased, cash goes out from the business. So 10,000 will be credited. Understood? Now let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 10th April, sold goods for cash 15,000. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be cash account debit to sales account. Please ignore goods. Instead of goods, we'll write sales account. So the journal entry will be cash account debit to sales account. So what is the position of cash account? Since cash account is on the debit side, sales account will also be on the debit side. So we'll have to write to sales account in the cash book on the debit side 15,000. Okay, so let's write. So on 10th April, to sales account, how much? 15,000. Being goods sold for cash. So you'll always have to write the narration. Okay. Moreover, cash book is a real account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. Here, when goods are sold, cash comes into the business. So 15,000 will be debited. Understood? Now let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 15th April, purchase goods from Varsha on credit, 5,000. This transaction will not be recorded in the cash book. Why? Because cash book, be it a single column or a double column or a triple column, does not record credit transactions. Okay, so what is the journal entry for this transaction? The journal entry will be purchases account debit to Varsha account. So where is cash account? Cash account is neither on the debit side nor on the credit side. On the debit side is purchases account, on the credit side is Varsha account. So this transaction won't be recorded in the cash book. Understood? Instead, we'll write a short note for this credit transaction. So what will be the note? Let me show you. The note will be note 1 because there will be another note. There will be no journal entry in the cash book for the credit purchase of goods from Varsha on 15th April 2022, since cash book only records cash transactions and no credit transactions. Okay, so you'll have to write a short note like this below the cash book. Okay, now let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 20th April, paid commission 1,000. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be commission account debit to cash account. So what is the position of cash account? Since cash account is on the credit side, commission account will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write by commission account in the cash book on the credit side 1,000. Okay, so let's write 20th April by commission account 1,000 being commission paid. Okay. Moreover, cash book is a real account. So according to real account, what goes out is credit. Here, when commission is paid, cash goes out from the business. So 1,000 will be credited. Understood? Now let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 24th April, sold goods on credit to Ria 6,000. So this credit transaction won't appear in the cash book. I told you before. Okay. Since goods are sold on credits, single column cash book or double column cash book or triple column cash book does not record credit transactions. Cash book only records cash transactions. Okay. And here what will be the journal entry? See, the journal entry will be Ria account debit to sales. So there is neither a cash account on the debit side nor a cash account on the credit side. So this transaction can't appear in the cash book. We are unable to record this transaction in the cash book since cash book only records cash transactions. যদি এখানে ক্যাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট ডেবিটে হতো অর ক্রেডিটে হতো এটা আমরা রেকর্ড করতে পারতাম। ফর এক্সাম্পল যদি এটা ক্যাশ ট্রানজ্যাকশনস হতো, আমরা যদি গুডস সোল্ড করতাম টু রিয়া ফর ক্যাশ, তাহলে কি হতো? ক্যাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট ডেবিট টু সেলস, ডেবিটে ক্যাশ হতো। রিয়া অ্যাকাউন্ট ডেবিট টু সেলস অ্যাকাউন্ট, ডেবিটেও ক্যাশ নেই, ক্রেডিটও ক্যাশ নেই। In order to record a transaction in a single column cash book, we should have a cash account either on the debit side or on the credit side. Okay, this transaction won't appear in a single column cash book. Instead, we'll have to write a short note for this credit transaction. So what will be the note? Let me show you. 2. Note 2. There will be no journal entry in the cash book for the credit sales of goods to Ria on 24th April 2022, since cash book only records cash transactions and no credit transactions. Okay, so we'll have to write like this. So let's see the next transaction. The next transaction is on 26th April, purchase furniture 4,500. So what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be furniture account debit to cash account. So what is the position of cash account? Since the cash account is on the credit side, furniture will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write by furniture account in the cash book on the credit side 4,500. So let's write. On 26th April, by furniture account Buy furniture account. How much? 4,500. Being furniture purchased for cash. Cash book is a real account. According to real account, what goes out is credit. Here, when furniture is purchased, cash goes out from the business. So, 4,500 will be credited. Understood? The last transaction is on 29th April, bought stationery for cash 500. So, what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be stationery account debit to cash account. So what is the position of cash account? Since cash account is on the credit side, stationery account will also be on the credit side. So we'll have to write buy stationery account in the cash book on the credit side 500. Okay, so let's write. On 29th April, buy stationery account being stationery purchased 500. Okay, now we'll have to calculate the total of debit column and the total of credit column. Okay, so let's do it. So the total of debit column is 18,000 and the total of credit column is 16,000. But can we write 16,000? No, we can't. So the rule is J site borrow that total likhte hai. So what is the total of debit column? 18,000. What is the total of credit column? 16,000. So 18,000 is greater than 16,000. So we'll have to write 18,000 on both sides. So, but there is a shortfall on the credit side. How much? If we deduct the total of credit column from the total of debit column, we'll get the shortfall. So, total of credit column is 16,000 and the total of debit column is 18,000. So, deduct 16,000 from 18,000, you'll get 2,000. So, buy balance CD 2,000. 18,000 minus 16,000, you'll get 2,000. This is the last day in the month of April. 30th April. What is this? Buy balance CD means closing cash or cash in hand. This buy balance CD will be brought down to balance. This buy balance CD will be brought down beneath the debit total. To balance BD 2,000. Why? Because business ta shut down koreni. Business ta ekhono continue korche. Okay, this is the closing cash of the business. This closing cash will become the opening cash. Okay, date. What is the date? The date will be the very next day, 1st May. Okay, so I hope you understood. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And before I fade out, please remember, if you are really dedicated, if you're really hardworking, if you're really honest, never ever speak for your work. Instead, let your work speak for you. Bye-bye. Take care, stay safe, and stay blessed always.